This evening, looking forward to the final session of a match that's perfectly poised at 4 each. It's been high quality stuff. It's been a fascinating match. I think we've seen Selby trying to set little traps, Murphy trying to wriggle free of them. They've both made quite a few sizable breaks. Shaun Murphy's so excited he's trying to break off. It's not his turn. It's Mark Selby's. So here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Frame 9 of a possible
Mark
19. You just get the feeling we might need them all. Mark Selby to get us underway. 4-4 to take on Kyron Wilson in the final tomorrow.
Yeah, and what a wonderful reception for both players. Great atmosphere in the Bonus Arena tonight. Wonderful crowd in. And I'm sure these guys will definitely give us a treat. Already entertained us this afternoon. Some good snooker. No big breaks. Boys, just 96 from Shaun Murphy, but you just feel it. You can sort of feel it, can't you, David? There's really going to be, I think, an exciting match tonight for sure.
Yeah, it's simmered along nicely, hasn't it? And of course, traditionally, you get the fireworks at the end of the evening, and I'm sure if it gets close, it's going to be very, very exciting. These early frames key, though. Both players, I guess, trying to just take the edge after the mini session. It was Selby who won the first one 3-1. Murphy the second. One part of Selby's game that has been very impressive is long potting, 86%. But of course we're starting again, aren't we? We've had a few hours off.
Yeah, didn't want that little flick on the red because it curtailed the pace of the cue ball. Left it mid-distance red for Shaun Murphy here into this bottom right corner pocket. And just play up for the blue or maybe a ball colour. You would fancy him just going top side of the blue here. Nicely into the middle of the pocket. And a nice start. I'll try and get on this red just into the bottom right corner pocket. Free up the black into that same pocket.
6.
It's a meeting of two greats, but also, of course, they're in form. They've won the last two tournaments. Murphy, the Players' Championship, and Selby, the WST Classic. So
7.
Both have had reason to be confident coming into the match. And both, of course, with huge respect for the other. They've known each other since they were boys, playing on the junior circuit. They've had a lot of matches professionally. 17-13 it is to Selby, including, of course, the World Final just 2 years ago. And the other thing to say is neither of them was in this tournament last year. They both had poor seasons, weren't at the Tour Championship.
Wow. Is he on this red? He certainly is. What a positional shot that was. I mean, the cue ball had to travel, wow, a good 9 feet down, but it was absolutely pinpoint. Couldn't have placed it better with his hand.
10.
This is just a wonderful shot. Have a look at this. Just to get by the red. Be on this red into the right corner. Beautiful. Could have played that better. And maybe stunned into the red that the cue ball is closest to. Just gonna... Yeah, just have a look at this again. If he hits it a little bit harder and the cue ball hits that red, he would have had a better angle on this red into the corner. And recovered
18.
nicely.
Well, I'm of the view that for Murphy to win tonight, he needs to get in early in frames and make big breaks, because Selby, if he takes control of the frames, makes it very difficult to win them. So this is good so far. That World Final 2 years ago was obviously a 4-session match, 2 days, but Selby seemed to be in control of it all the way through.
23.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, David. I think Murphy needs a fast start. He needs to dictate the pace of this match.
24.
I think his opponent, Mark Selby, was dictating the pace earlier, particularly the first 4 frames when, as I said, Murphy was up to 29 seconds a shot. This is more like it.
$31.
Played on this red into the corner pocket. Shouldn't be a problem reaching over. It doesn't need the rest.
$32.
No, he's got a nice angle if he wishes. Just to stun up into those 4 reds beneath the pink. He's got to go through the gap with the 3 reds above the black. Nice little cannon into those 2 reds that are very close together. Well, he played it to knock the other one out, but it's still okay.
39.
He has a real presence, doesn't he, Shaun, around the table, like he was born to be there. Extraordinary self-confidence that you need in what is a very individual sport. Okay, you can have your team away from the table, but when you're out there and on a big night like this, it's just you.
I think it's a very valid point. You know, he oozes confidence, doesn't he, when he walks and he prances around
47.
the table. Gives off good body language.
48.
Gone about his business quite nicely here. Concentrating very hard. Knows how important it is to get off to a fast start against the 4-time champion of the world.
$55. $56.
Yeah, it didn't need to go into the 4 reds because this red colour will be enough to leave his opponent leading the snooker. Good start, this Murphy.
64.
Quick glance at the scoreboard. He'll play the cannon into the 4 reds for sure, but he'll make sure of the black. It's the most important. Don't take your eye off the pot. Very good.
Terrific start to the evening for Shaun Murphy. Mark Selby took on a long red, missed it, left a chance, and this has been the result. But when you're playing Selby, okay, that was frame ball, but you sort of need frame ball +1 because you know he's going to put you through agony if he gets a chance to play for the snookers.
Yeah, he's a bit unlucky there. He knew the red was being pushed towards that left centre pocket, but just didn't play it with enough pace. So you can't pot that red into the middle pocket. Just going to play safety shot. Back the ball, can keep that red tight to the cushion. Tried to, but
Shaun Murphy, 71.
would he be happy with his contribution of 71? Good start from Murphy.
Yes, it's Shaun Murphy's fifth half century of the day. Selby himself has had 4. Well, he was looking to, I guess, clear 4 of the reds away. Played the snooker on the last one, but didn't pot that.
Attempt at the pot, but second part of that equation was cue ball behind the black and close to this top cushion, and that will help that red. The red that stayed up in the bulk area close to the ball cushion, that will certainly help Shaun Murphy. Selby needs high valued colours with these reds. One snooker required, of course. That's with 5 reds, 5 blacks. And all the colours just to tie, so big advantage for Shaun. He won't mind knocking the reds up into the bulk area. He may even have a go with this red into the left centre. Looks pretty good. Excellent shot. Right in the middle.
Green ball.
So this will be the first time he's been in front since he won the opening frame of the match.
5.
Quite often in a long match, one player will have a little purple patch. And Shaun Murphy's hoping this is the start of his. If he could get 3 of the 4 for the interval, obviously he's in front coming back.
Nine.
Well, it was that pocket that Selby missed to that let Murphy in for the key 71 break he made. And Shaun Murphy is in front here tonight, 5-4. Saturday night at the Tour Championship in Hull. This is the second semi-final. Corin Wilson, of course, already in the final.
Shaun Murphy to break.
Who's he going to play? Well, Shaun Murphy
Quietly, please.
is in front for the first time since he won frame 1. 5-4, first to 10. We talk about Murphy not wanting Selby to dictate the pace, but from Selby's perspective, he'll have to score as well tonight. That's the sort of game it's going to turn into, potentially. Of course, he's capable of doing that.
Yeah, first couple attempted long pots he's missed. Another one coming up here. Long way away. And the same as what happened in the first frame. Cut the red on the way back, which is, of course, slow down the cue ball. That was a long way away. Have a look at this. Slightly worrying. Mark Selby at the moment hasn't settled tonight so far.
One.
Yeah. Once again, no start there. Couple of reds above the black. Didn't go into the middle of the pocket.
8.
Sometimes that's not a bad thing, because it just focuses you a little bit more on the next pot.
9.
Nice angle on the blackie. Playing the red. It's near the middle pocket. I'm not quite sure what he can get on the right hand side of the table for that loose red at the bottom of the pack. Into the left corner pocket. And he's having a look at the pink, so he can't do that. So. Now where does the pink go? Does it go on its own spot? Referee just asking for a moment. Can't go on its spot, so it goes the back of the pack, close to its own spot, and of course in line with the black and the top cushion.
Yes, Olivier Martil from Belgium in charge here.
Wonderful referee as well, isn't he? The best in the business.
Well, he's so calm, and that's what you need. He's someone with authority, but also someone who will, as in
15.
that case, just do the job. Stay in the background.
$16. 23.
Last of the loose reds, you feel, so concentrating on making sure he gets a nice angle on the black after this red.
24.
And this shot, he's going to play with a lot of top spin, but he's got to miss the pink here. He's got to come off the top cushion, miss the pink, and go into the reds just past it. Watch the cue ball here. Oh, took his eye off the pot. Did he hit
Murphy,
the
24.
side rail with his backhand? That's what he was gesturing. And that's a bad miss.
Mark Selby, 26 minutes since he's potted one.
1.
That's playing time because it's actually several hours since the last session. So he's in, and he's looking to do what Murphy did in the first frame, which is feed off an unexpected mistake. Selby missed a long red. It wasn't easy. He missed another one here. He could have been punished again, but Murphy's missed the black.
Well, if he's not on a red here, he's been
6.
very unlucky. Has he got a gap? He's having a good look. He's got the gap between the black and the pink, but this is tough. The fact that only a couple of balls he's put out, it makes this even tougher. Yeah, it wasn't easy. He hasn't settled yet.
Mark Selby, 6.
Could have done without a shot like that so early on in a frame where he's just trying to find his way back into the conditions, having had that break between sessions.
Well, he went for a plant in the first session, which was pushing the boat out a little bit. Maybe forced into taking this plant on. And a lot of gap between both reds. Oh, he's played it very well. And he's played for the pink.
1.
Great shot. Look at the gap between the two reds.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a good pot if it was just not a plant, just a straightforward pot, but to actually plant one onto another from there. It could be a big moment, actually, this evening. And it shows his intent as well.
I think that's very important. It shows his intent. He doesn't want to be embroiled in a safety duel with his opponent because he's probably going to come out second best. So he's going on the attack.
7.
That's his best form of defence. That's his game.
8.
Yeah, what I like about Shaun, he always looks like he's sort of enjoying playing, and he's, you know, Selby has at times made it not enjoyable for opponents. But he's saying, no, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying being at the table while you're sat there.
It's quite an unusual setup. I mean, just have a look at those 6 reds. 2, 2 and 2. Almost
15.
identical. Very unusual to see that on the snooker table. None of them available after this red. Only that other red up towards the baulk line.
16.
So this time, getting high on the blue. Maybe play a little cannon into those 4 reds, just right of the pink here. Doesn't have to play with a lot of pace. Beautiful. That's perfect.
21.
Yeah, I think if he takes the bottom of those 2 reds, I think he can get enough purchase on the cue ball just to avoid the cannon on the one below it. Yeah, he could.
22.
And he's nicely on the black.
$29. 30.
Well, he's come out sort of turbocharged this evening. He looks really determined. Determined to put Selby under pressure. Mark Selby's missed a couple,
38.
and they've been costly. Phil Murphy, 56 in front, so this black, and once again, Selby will need a snooker. It's a very impressive start. It really is.
45.
Yeah, and this is what you have to do. Try and win the frames in one visit.
46.
If they become protracted, you always think that Selby is a genius and a master in that department. Will come out on top, but he's laying down the gauntlet here, Shaun Murphy. His opponent, a fast start, that's what he would have wanted.
52.
Picked up the pace. He looks very, very determined.
53. Thank you.
It's his 50th ranking event semi-final today. Looking to reach his 25th final. Of course, he's won 10 titles.
60.
Had the odd barren spell, as most players have, but recent times he's been playing terrific snooker. Just the scoring has been so
61.
impressive.
Yeah, it's great to see him back playing the way we know he can, as indeed his opponent as well. As all players have had a little bit of a lean time over the last couple of years, but they look to be back to somewhere near their best,
68.
which is great to see.
And of course, now that he's scoring, his shot time is coming down. Earlier on, it was 29 seconds because he wasn't making breaks. He's down to 24.
Thank you. 69.
He'll take the brown here, 73, which means when he clears all the remaining 6 colours, he will be able to make a century, 100, bang on.
73.
Haven't had a century in this
75.
match. We've had everything else, lots of decent breaks and decent safety, but this may be the highest break of the match here.
78.
Yeah, a couple of people have gone early there. He's 100 points scored, not the break yet. He still needs the colours.
A little right
82.
smile from Shaun there.
Well, if he does make it seems likely it'll be his 43rd of the season. Last season he only made 16, so it just shows you the improvement in terms of scoring during this campaign.
87. $93.
So, get ready to applaud as the black goes in. Here he goes, there's the century, and it just underlines what a great start to the night it's been from Shaun Murphy. He's won the last 3 frames of this match. He's too clear. Mark Selby with a lot to think about at 6-4. We're here at the Bonus Arena in Hull for the second semi-final of the Tour Championship, and Shaun Murphy's made his move.
Thank you,
He was
frame 11.
4-3 down. He won the last in the
Mark Selby
afternoon,
to
the
break.
first 2 tonight. And the most recent of those was a century break, 100 exactly. So 6-4, Selby with a few questions to answer here, because he's not really got involved at all this evening. He's only scored 6 points, in fact. But of course, Murphy knows well that when Selby's back again is against the wall, that's when he normally comes good. So, okay, he's made his move, but he's got to keep the pressure on.
Well, it was a safety shot. He didn't really need to play. He could have easily played off the side cushion and nestled into the pack. It's gone wrong. We've got a possible pot here, Mark Selby. This red into the right corner. Be taking the cue ball up towards the balk area. Good shot.
One.
Oh, Max Selby's having a look at these two reds just right at the pack. They look very close that they may be a plant. And there you see it. That can be made. There's a little bit of a gap between the two reds, so he doesn't have to play into the reds here. He can play on that plant.
Three.
Be interesting to see what he plays up for blue, or will he play on the black. He's played on the black. The only problem about playing on the black there, he needed to get another red into the open. He could have played for the blue and got topside and then split the pack, but it's not great. Now that's worked out.
Eleven.
Well, he's going to take this red on into the yellow pocket, would you believe? Say, a cute angle this. Pretty close.
Mark Selby, 11.
He's left it. Well, he's missed that by quite some margin, and he's left the pot, but it could have been a lot easier for Max Selby this. Playing it into a blind pocket, as we call it. Yeah, wasn't. At the moment, he looks a little bit perturbed, Max Selby. He has not settled one little bit. Looks a little bit nervy to me, David. Little signs that you pick up off the player, but at the moment, it looks that way.
Yeah, and maybe part of the reason is because of how confident Murphy looks. He's certainly not turning much down. And even if he's not getting them all, it still sends a message. But this is a chance for Selby. Let's be honest, he's weathered worse storms than this down the years and he's got the tools to dig himself out of this, but it's got to start soon.
One.
Yeah, that could have been nicer. Now, if but for that little kiss on the blue, he might have had a nice angle on the yellow or brown to play on one of the loose reds, red at the bottom of the pack, or that red over on left of the yellow. Just using a little extension at the butt of the cue. wrong again. A little bit surprised. He tried to force the angle to get down for the red
4.
at the bottom of the pack. Could have easily played on that red. It's on the balk line. Being a right-hander, it wouldn't have been too bad on that side of the table, but now, well, I'm not quite sure he's going to take this on. I think it's just a safety shot.
Thank you.
So another chance missed from Mark Selby.
Mark Selby 4.
Yeah, he's not really applying the sort of pressure he needs to, he wants to, on Shaun Murphy. Yeah, he's not really applying the sort of pressure he needs to, he wants to, on Shaun Murphy. Remember, if Selby wins the match, he'll go back to World, not just to get final, a big final, but it will make him very bad indeed.
This would be interesting. Does he play for the loose red, or does he play off the aggressive safety shot? Big target behind green and brown. But there's always a problem with playing off the pack. You can knock a red over a corner pocket. Could have played the loose red. It's close to the top cushion. Playing the more aggressive style, sticking with the plan. And now, this is a pressure shot. He's missed a few of these already tonight. Pressure on this. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. And that'll put a little spring in his step. That felt good, I'm sure. Oh, but he's followed it up with a... Wow. That's one of the worst shots he's played
8.
today. Needed to miss those reds. Tricky one, this into the middle. Bridging over the black. Good shot, good recovery. Very, very good.
Yeah, it was a great initial part. It's a great recovery. Now he needs to stay in, just try and keep things as simple as he can and find a way into this session. There's still plenty of time. The great champions in any sport are formed not when things are going well,
14.
but in adversity, and that really has been the Mark Selby story his whole career. His first ranking title, he won from 8-5 down, 9-8 against Ronnie O'Sullivan.
15.
Sort of set the pattern, didn't it, for what was to follow? You know he's going to fight to the last ball.
Yeah, and that's the one great thing about Mark Selby, and it's unquestionable, is his temperament. He's never lacked in that department. Plenty of bottle.
22.
And when his back is against the wall, which it is at the moment, questions being asked by his opponent. Can he come
23.
up with the answer here?
30. $31. $38.
There's a saying in snooker that you never really settle down until you win that first frame. It's very true, and for this evening session, anyway. I'd love to win it from this position, Mark Selby. He's left with a trickier red than he would have liked. Should have been on this red a little bit straighter. That's pretty good.
39.
Now, what's available into this bottom right corner pocket? He's coming around to have a look. Is that middle red available? Well, it looks pretty close, but I think it pots. It's always a good idea for a player to come around from the pocket side and have a look. I think he did that already. Can he get on that red? Or is he going to try and disturb them? Trusting a bit of luck here. Oh, he hasn't got it. Does the red pot to the right centre pocket? Maybe it does. Just about. Well, that should be a frame winner now. Excellent pot. Tough angle that was, one. Right in the middle of the pocket now. Pink will put him 66 ahead. Still 67 remaining. One more red. That should be a formality. He's got his first frame on the board tonight.
51.
And it all came from that beautiful long red. There was pressure on it.
2.
Excellent stuff.
Yes, this is a seriously good snooker match, and particularly in longer matches, what makes them more fascinating is the psychology. I mean, Selby was under pressure coming to the table, but he's answered the call. Murphy had won the previous 3 frames.
59. $60. $65.
So the pattern continues. We've had a half-century break at least in every frame of the match.
$66.
Yeah. Shaun making that century in the last frame. Can Selby respond with one of his own? Playing on a more difficult red. Played on it nicely.
73. $74.
You just sensed coming in tonight, and particularly with the atmosphere, David, that the standard was going to go up. You know, these guys were going to treat us to some wonderful snooker. You certainly have done that so far.
Absolutely, because this is where they
80.
thrive, isn't it? Big occasions. You know, these two have won so many tournaments. They've won all the big tournaments down the years. And you just expect them to produce the goods, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, wonderful shot there. Keep the break
85.
going, so century is still on.
'87. '90.
Yeah, it really is a wonderful
94.
response. He's going to need the
Championship.
Thank
This is
you.
the last
Take your
frame
seats, please.
before the last interval.
Frame 12. Shaun Murphy to break.
Mark Selby just made 99 to win his first frame of the night after Murphy had won the previous 3 in the match. It was an interesting strategy from Murphy. He opened the balls up. He was sort of tempting Selby. And he's saying, you've got to get this. He put him under pressure, but Selby, as so often before, responded. He knocked in that initial red and he stayed in and made the break.
Yeah, it was a dangerous ploy and a backfired on Shaun Murphy. But he'll stick to his plan, I'm sure. That's the way he wants to play his opponent tonight. This is a tough one. Digging down on the cue ball. He's taking this red on, trying to screw back. Ooh, close. I'll tell you what, have a look at the cue ball. That's pretty good. Yeah, nice gesture from his opponent. He did well to get the cue ball back into the ball. It's pretty safe too. Not on this red, into the right corner pocket. I'd like to try and get the cue ball in between brown and green here. Well, he's gone between the yellow and brown. It's a bit of luck. He hasn't got it. He'll be feeling good after that last break. But once again, wow. That was a long way away. He's been very fortunate to get the cue ball there. Hand up.
Yeah, I mean, just watch the white here. How's it not collided with something? Just somehow made its way through all of that to a degree of safety.
Yeah, and this way you just have to sometimes take a moment when your opponent gets a little bit of luck. You can be sometimes tempted into it, taking on a rash pot. Sometimes you might just have to bide your time, play a containing safety shot. If you don't see a way back to ball, and wait for a better chance. I think that's what he's playing, containing safety shot here. Cue ball top cushion, tight if you can. That's pretty good. Yeah, it was sort of play the double, but most importantly, get the cue ball in a safe position behind the black. Now he can play on
Bramble.
play a ball colour. He's going to play the brown. Once again, try and get that cue ball tight to this ball cushion.
Mark Selby 1.
He'll be disappointed with that. Left a possible shot for his opponent. And he can screw the cue ball back into the balk area. Just a little bit nervous that if he does screw the cue ball back, would it hit the green? Could play one red onto the other and still screw the cue ball back into the balk area. That red that's right up the blue, in line with the blue and the right middle pocket, he could screw the first red onto that and get the cue ball back into the balk area. And he's gone for the pot. It's not too bad. Could be in a bit of trouble here. Shot for Shaun here is try and play off two cushions, yeah, and get it right up behind the yellow here. Just missed the middle pocket with the cue ball. Natural angle off two cushions. Pretty good. Very, very good indeed. Well, it's not hard enough. Possible red into the right centre. Very dangerous though. Well, that was a wonderful shot. Didn't look much, but he had to get that red in and out of balk. Okay, cue ball. He would have preferred to be tighter to the ball cushion, but still a very, very clever shot from Max Selby. Both players trying to eke out an opportunity for themselves. Is he going to take this red on? It's very close. Has he left it? No. May have left something to the left centre though. Well, it's just the pace that kept that red out, because have a look at this. Oh, over half an hour now since Murphy is part of the ball. This red does cut into the middle pocket. And you can use the red above it to try and hold the cue ball. Yeah, good shot. No, he'd be happy with that.
Yeah, as I said earlier, in these long matches you can have these sort of peaks and troughs, and of course it was in a real purple patch first two frames. Then Selby sort of took control. Long safety duel there. Selby's taken the red on. It's sort of almost jumped out the pocket. He's hit it so hard. And now Shaun Murphy back at the table, but of course his earlier rhythm has sort of gone, so he's got to try and rediscover it. It's been a match where every frame has felt really important. This one, of course, is the pre-interval frame, so it's going to just set the sort of psychological tone as they head off for their 15-minute break.
Bramble. Five.
You know what I'm saying? He sort of just lost the rhythm a little bit that he had earlier when he was flying around the table, those first two frames.
Taking this red on. This is highly dangerous. Screwing off the other red. He's very good with the rest, but this is very risky. Very risky indeed. That's pushing the boat out, I think, a little bit too far.
Thank you. Shaun Murphy, 5.
We're sticking to the plan,
Thank you.
but I don't think that was the right shot under the circumstances.
One.
Well, of course, there are some shots where there's percentage. You think, OK, if I don't get it, I've got safety. He was never going to get safety there. He's going to leave him in, which is what he's done. So Mark Selby, having just made that 99 break, looking now to hit back here in this frame and try and level this match. You just get the feeling this is going right to the wire this evening. I think a lot of people have felt that right from the start.
Nine. Sixteen. 17. $24. $25. $30. $31.
We'll concentrate on these loose reds and just building up the points. Three reds on the left hand side cushion, and the two are close to the right hand side cushion may be a problem down the road, but let me try and get the pink on the spot here.
37. $43. Thank you. 44.
Yeah, another glance at the scoreboard. He's 40 points in the lead. He has an angle on this blue. He could try and maybe go down the right hand side. Just miss the pink on the right hand side and maybe screw into those two reds that are close to the cushion. Oh, he's hit the pink. He might still be on the red. Is the pink going in? Oh, he's been unfortunate there. pink could have
49.
easily gone in here. Just trying to miss the pink. Yeah, good shot.
50.
Yeah, if he's got an angle on the brown, which I think he has, he can just stun over close to the side cushion. Doesn't have to take any of these reds off the cushion. Just stun over behind the two reds. And that looks pretty good. Excellent positional shot, that.
54.
50 ahead, 67 remaining. So he's going to need red, colour red.
$55. $60.
Well, he's on a red, but if only that pink wasn't over the pocket. Would have been on a much easier one, but Mark Selby has dug deep, as you would expect. He was in trouble. 6-4 down. If he can pot this, it should be 6-all. Yeah, it's classic Selby, isn't it? The way he's dug in here, because Murphy was looking so confident.
61.
But he just can't shake this man off. It sets up a fascinating finale to this match. We thought it could be a close one. That's how it's played out today. Murphy started to make his move. Selby has pegged him back. Who is going to prevail
67.
at the business end? We'll find out over the course of the night.
$68.
Yeah, we just go back to that shot then. Murphy played with the rest. Highly aggressive. Huge tariff attached to it, and it's cost them dearly. But an excellent break. Selby to level things up once again.
75.
Yeah, the thing with Selby is you've got to beat him. He's not going to lie down. He's not going to give you anything. Shaun Murphy's more than capable of doing that.
And
he was making a move, but Mark Selby has pegged him back. A little smile from Murphy. He knows there's a big battle still to come, because at the interval, they're all square once again at 6 frames all.
Snooker fans, please welcome into the arena Shaun Murphy, Mark Selby, and your referee, Olivier Martil.
These days on tour, a best of 7 frame match is quite common. But of course, this started out as best of 19. What a battle.
Thank you. Frame 13. Mark Selby to break.
I've got no firm opinion who would win before the start. I'm even more confused now. Don't think it's tight. How about this? Over the course of the entire tournament, Shaun Murphy has spotted one more ball than Mark Selby. As for total points, well, the difference is 9, and they're both approaching 2,000 points each. Other similarities, statistically, the average shot time is identical, 25 seconds. As for pot success, it's also right on the 90% mark for both. That's the recognised benchmark of excellence. 90% and above, that's the standard these guys aim for.
Yeah, it's a match that's lived up to all the expectations, isn't it? Brilliant by both players. Hard match play with tons of quality all day long.
One.
Yes, and his long game all day long has been excellent. He just didn't get any backspin on it. The hole at this side of the baulk line, so well, now then, easy to tuck in front of the yellow, but staying aggressive. Just a little cough, someone coughing there on the backswings. Did the right thing, Mark. Back off it.
It happened twice to Selby in his previous match at very inopportune moments.
Go on, John. Mark Selby 1.
I think that qualifies as a dirty look. It was brief, but it was a look.
One.
Yeah, good pot. And I think that's in the end that this match is going to be decided by, is the very odd mistake here and there. The quality pretty much guaranteed is going to continue all the way to the line. That's gone wrong though. Didn't quite get through the cue ball. He wanted half ball on his side of the red at contact. He got it full ball and pushed through it.
Touching ball.
Now Murphy is renowned mustard with the rest, but when the Spiders used, a whole new layer of difficulty is introduced. Even this, the conventional Spider.
9.
Not arachnophobic.
No, not at all. What a shot that was, because his head position was about 3 feet above the bed of the table.
$60. $17. $24. $25. $32. $33.
Just a tad loose, that one.
Shaun Murphy, 33.
Yes, he missed the black, but Alan, the previous shot was at fault.
Yeah, that was the culprit. And as ever, when you're playing any sort of cannon, your eyes do get drawn towards it.
Switch it off, please. Yeah. 1.
Yeah, that mistake by Shaun, that's the kind of thing that we suggested that this match is going to be decided. The odd, small mistake goes a long, long way at this level.
Six.
He's been reliable with the rest today. 12 previous attempts, only 1 missed.
Yeah, great pot, but he actually played it too well. Too much grab on the cue ball. See it Again, good pot. Look at how the cue ball arcs very quickly and stayed high.
Foul and a miss. Mark Selby 7. Shaun Murphy 7. Free ball.
Yes. Everything. Well, free ball, but it was always going to be as you were. And this is where Shaun Murphy should, the shot that he should be facing.
Yes, when you say a safety shot is a gamble, sometimes the two don't really marry up, do they? But that was a gamble because he was trying to be really cute and get the white dead onto the black. Very small margin of error, and it's turned out to be a little embarrassing. Self-imposed snooker, the worst kind.
One.
Okay, now you would expect contact with a bunch. Can he get on one? Yes, he can. Beautifully played, wasn't it? He's just trying to miss the pink on the low side and missed it by about a few mil. Already a fairly decisive lead, so one decent positional shot and he should be back in front.
5. Ten. Eleven.
Over the years, and particularly
17.
in recent years, Shaun Murphy has often been scuppered by missing balls, very surprisingly, that are quite simple. But just
18.
the extra care on shots, that extra couple of seconds, seems to have almost eradicated that trait.
23. 24. 29.
Selby's failed. Tickle up Snooker behind the black, off the cushion first. That's proved costly.
30. $36. Switch it off, please. 37.
This is unfortunate. Two ringing phones in the same frame.
Shaun Murphy, 44.
Good stuff from Shaun Murphy. Hitting the front for the third time in the match. It was 1-0, it was 6-4, and now it is 7-6 to the Magician. Welcome back, everyone, to a cracking second semi-final in the Tour Championship. Tonight, so far, we've had 5 frames. All of them have been quality. None of them have been close.
Thank you. Frame 14. Shaun Murphy to break.
Murphy's modus operandi here to press on now and place Selby under even more pressure. Remember, if Selby were to win this match, he would regain world #1 status. By his standards, Alan, that was well wide.
Yeah, the fact that he missed it by overcutting it as well put an extra probably 6 inches at least on the cue ball, which means it's half out in the open, and a couple of options for Mark if he wants to press. Yeah, it was good effort, wasn't it? But no cigar. And if Shaun can knock in what I always kind of say, the most important shot of most breaks is the first one, the one that gets you in the position that you're looking for, could be off and running again.
One. 6. Seven.
Looking for
40.
another landmark this evening, Shaun Murphy. This, his 50th ranking event semi-final. If he prevails, victory
15.
would provide his 25th ranking final. Convincing numbers.
This is where these top
22.
players are so accomplished at eventually getting the bunch of reds into play. Snooker itself as a
23.
game has never changed, but what does change is the quality of player at the table, and Shaun's got the lot. So many options. Felt he had a quick one off the side cushion there with the cue ball. It's just held up enough for the cutback.
30.
I will say this, Alan, the only two quick bounces I've seen this week have both been in that very same vicinity. Ali Carter had one earlier in the week.
Yeah, the longer red does offer almost guaranteed good position on a half ball brown or green. And having knocked it in, he's got the half ball brown, and he might just mini gamble and attack the bunch. Superb recovery pot that was.
Bramble.
Yeah, it's a nice target with the lone red waiting as a possible option. Is he going to press with pace? He is. Oh, too deep.
$35.
Somehow or other, he's still got a pot on.
Shaun Murphy, 35.
The initial one just failing to get contact, and actually it was the same. It was the same with this one. Got this tiniest of brushes on the bunch. Things at the moment just going Shaun's way when he makes the odd mini mistake.
Yes, and as if to verify what Alan was saying, while Murphy got away with his miss, Selby hasn't got away with his.
1. Eight.
He's already knocked in a really good red in this session using the spider. One thing I noticed when he was using it before, Alan, this spider has got quite a lot of elevation. And that really helps. The head seems just slightly bigger than normal.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I must confess, I was thinking the same thing. He potted that red to right corner. Bit more elevation on it, which might in fact help him here if indeed that's the case. But still, it's a tough pot. Again, his head's going to be 3 feet above the bed. And the best part of 9 or 10 feet away from the shot itself.
That was a black widow spider. Very dangerous, but Murphy hasn't been bitten.
9. Thirteen. Thank you. 14. Twenty-one. Twenty-two.
Yeah, he's played these last 4 or 5 shots quite superbly, and this is the key now. It's a nice target, the bunch of 3. If he wants to play the cannon, just holding. But this time the black stays out.
Shaun Murphy, 22.
Well, that changed the match.
We're always on the look for turning points. If Selby could salvage this, that could be pivotal.
One. Eight. 9.
Yeah, he's a wee bit straighter than he would have liked here, so he's going to have to come up with something quite special. I don't even think the 3 reds are on as an option. Too straight in the black. The only out ball here might be deep screw for a double on the loose red. Oh, tell you what, that was a fabulous shot. Yes, he kissed the blue on the way past, but barring for that, he would have been absolutely perfect on it anyway. That was a beauty. I've said in the past that black off the spot, anything around straight, deep screw to get the cue ball working. I think he's the best in the game at it.
$17.
Here we go then, pink and red at the same time roughly, just checking for possible plants. Yeah, see, that's a wee bit dangerous, isn't it? So not a lot of pace. Just wants to caress the reds open softly. Beautifully played.
Apart from the yellow not being on its spot, this could not be more conducive to a clearance.
23.
And even then, the yellow's only a minor problem.
$30.
He made a 2 red clearance against Ryan Day in his quarter final when he was right under he was under serious pressure at the time.
31.
But regardless of what has gone before in this frame of the 1 or 2 before it, it matters not, because when this guy has to make a clearance, he usually does.
Stand your breath.
This is where you earn well, your status, your rank and everything. It's moments like this in huge matches when you've got to make a clearance. Can you do it?
Thank you. $37. $38. $45.
I would have liked another foot or so out the cue ball here, so this is the big shot then. Breathe deep, everyone. This is far from a sitter.
He's arrived on the colours 12 points adrift. That means he needs yellow to pink. He didn't just miss it, he completely misjudged it. Shaun Murphy awash with relief. Mark Selby, no doubt disgusted. So 12 in front, Murphy. He needs yellow, green and brown.
Thank you. 2.
Yeah, likewise, Shaun then. 14 in front, automatically going to be on the brown. You feel this one shot is the difference between all square and 2 in front.
Nine.
The pendulum swung twice in that frame. In
14.
the end, delight for Murphy, dejection for Selby.
And the frame.
A 2-frame gap is re-established. Mark Selby has to rely on those fighting qualities yet again. What a momentous frame we've just witnessed. Shaun Murphy thought it was going to be snatched away. In the end, though, Selby erred. Unlike him...
Thank you. Take your seats, please. Frame 15, Mark Selby to break. One.
What a cracking pot that was for little risk, really. Just wanted a slightly bigger bounce off the top cushion with the cue ball.
Eight.
Yes, another good pot, wasn't it? And it shows a sign of the confidence that Shaun's playing with. He didn't try to manipulate the cue ball to get the red in bulk. He's happy to leave this mid-distance cut. And then it goes.
9.
And perfectly on the blue. Is this the payoff? It's a sign of confidence when a player does that. don't have to be, when you've got the talent that Shaun does, you don't have to be in behind every shot. Is he on the one to right corner?
14.
If he is, what a bonus that would be in the bonus arena.
Fifteen.
Interesting stat here. Murphy's rest pot success rate is superior to his overall pot success rate. 93% today. Just one missed in 14 tries.
21.
That's the reason I mentioned it. Out comes the rest again. With abundant self-belief.
Yeah, and clearly the pink is on.
Thank you.
He's got the perfect angle on it
22.
to promote the bunch, so if he lands on a red, providing the pink disappears, it should be a golden chance.
There's a pub just down the road from the venue called the Moderation. He played that shot with moderation, didn't he? Nothing flash, just calmly opening the reds.
$29. $36. $37.
Raised his
Ramble.
eyebrows there, curiously. No damage done, just a change of plan. I just think of the
41.
two players, most of the day, most of this match. Shaun
42.
looks marginally more sure-footed when he gets a chance like this to win the
Ramble.
frame in one visit. There's not much in it, granted. But there's that serenity about everything he's doing. You kind of just don't see a mistake coming.
46.
Although that was a loose one. To leave this a bit awkward. Not the sort of shot you practice.
Edging ever closer to a final against Kyron Wilson. A final that would pit against each other the two finest rest players I've ever seen.
$54.
Yeah, just working out his points here because he wants 14 off the next two reds to put the frame safe. The 5 reds in the middle of the table are not absolutely guaranteed to get nice on one.
55.
So back for the straight red with the crusty old rest, it seems. And if this red disappears, you would think he would play for black, and it would be frame ball.
60.
In the last frame, he led 57-0. Undercut a black off its spot, had some anxious moments. It might be the same again.
Thank you. Shaun Murphy is 60.
Yeah, it was one of those. The pot was easier coming back for blue because obviously he'd go low in the cue ball, but he wanted black for 68. So the great man's chances remain alive, albeit by the thinnest of threads in this frame. Yeah, he's got a pot on, hasn't he, with the cue ball round the back of the black, that red on its own. It's just whether he feels he can guarantee no contact, no cannon with the cue ball on the path back to baulk. Can't guarantee it, so it's the conventional safety shot. But here's your chance, and it's a good one, an unexpected good one.
Yes, and this time that pesky yellow is on its spot. A better chance maybe to clear than he had in the previous frame.
1. Eight. 9. 16. 17. 24.
This time the ball that gives Murphy a degree of hope is the red closest to the top cushion.
25.
Would you believe it?
Mark Selby,
Would you
25.
believe it? He's took his eye off the pot. A virtual certainty he's thinking only about the cue ball. Wow. And he now needs a snooker 45, the difference. Sorry, my mistake, 35. But, well, what a chance that was passed up by Mark Selby.
We saw, didn't we, that when the black went astray, he couldn't believe his eyes. Many players, many professionals would dwell on that. Selby might, but probably he won't.
Foul and a miss. Shaun Murphy, 4.
Through the gap.
Yeah, okay, he's obviously pretty much got to hit it this time. Not got to, but in a funny sort of way, it might not be a bad thing that he missed that red, providing he hits it this time, because I think if he glanced the red, that last attempt, he would have left something straighter to the right corner. But the problem remains the same. He's got to really hit it this time and get it safe.
When a ball is over a pocket like this, a colour that is, the reds tend to gravitate around it. Even though there's only 2 left, there could be a lot of snooker left in this. In a previous world ranking event semi-final, Mark Selby famously took 6 minutes on one shot. Don't think he'll do that here, but it might take some thinking about.
Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum, isn't it? Because he can't risk the thin clip because of the scoreboard. So he's taking a gamble. Oh, wow. If the cue ball dropped, it would definitely have been end of frame. It might still be, but God, this game, it always seems to ask you one more question than you want to answer, doesn't it? Can see the red, but boy, is cueing difficult, as you can see from that picture.
Can you believe it? Badly timed noise. The red was close to a pocket, but don't be confused. That's one of the best frame balls of the entire tournament.
Yeah, and perhaps the most impressive thing about the shot itself was that he didn't overplay it with pace. Sometimes under pressure it's easy to overhit. You let his technique do the talking there. He's just not quite out the woods yet. Don't miss this altogether. The thin black. Don't go in off in the middle either. Yeah, well played. Yeah, that red was special actually.
8.
Murphy, though, knows that Selby will carry on if the red is missed, because he's in that free ball zone.
Shaun Murphy 8.
47 behind. So 1 snooker and a free ball, plus red, black, all the colours, and he could force a respotted black. Sounds very convoluted, but he'll be thinking, I've got a smidgen of a chance.
Yeah, a little smile by Shaun there, because the low knuckle of the middle pocket may well be in the way of the natural get out of this shot. And as Phil explained earlier, he can't afford to leave a free ball. Yeah, probably his best option here is to go some kind of scenic route towards the red. At least that way there's no free ball on. I mean, I don't quite know why he's going. As we see the pink there, go the left face of the pink, 2 cushions, not with pace, and you can't leave a free ball. I wouldn't be going this way. Foul the black and leave a free ball, and your opponent could win. Good hit though.
And what an outcome.
Yeah, I mean, he worked the shot out well. He obviously felt that was on. It was a wee bit risky, though. Strange things happen at just the wrong time as well in this game. It's always been the way. But here's his chance to put the frame beyond all doubt. And it goes. In these last couple of frames, there's been a sort of tale of 2 clearances that didn't happen. That's the difference in this match right now. At the very top level, sometimes a clearance, well, twice in 2 frames in succession, has presented itself to Mark, basically saying you've got to make them, and he hasn't done. And that's why he trails 9-6.
Shaun Murphy 1. And the frame.
Never write him off. But you have to believe momentum firmly with Shaun Murphy. You know, on 7 occasions, Mark Selby has lost in ITV semi-finals. He's never been in the final of one of our events, and now his hopes are hanging by a thread. 3 down with a possible 4 to play. Of course, had he won this match, world number 1 status would be regained. As it is, though, Ronnie O'Sullivan now looking good to remain world number 1 for a 504th day, and maybe some more before the World Championship concludes. But Selby's won so many matches after being on the brink of defeat. I'm very loath to dismiss his chances.
Yeah, I think we all are. Seen many times the master of the rear guard action, isn't he, Mark Selby? But all to do. I just wonder whether he's going to release the shackles just a bit. It's not his natural way, but sometimes when your back's to the wall and the other guy's won from victory, as that man there is, then you've got to roll the dice. So that's a dangerous game given the quality that he's up against tonight.
Show break, Shaun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Frame 16. Shaun Murphy to break.
Shaun Murphy has 13 victories over Mark Selby in the past. In the final of the World Open, twice at the Masters. In the first round of this year's Players' Championship, which he went on to win. But I think this win would give him immense satisfaction.
8.
When we spoke with Mark Selby between sessions, he was very vocal about what he thought was a heavy table. He's never really got to grips with it this evening. And that was well short.
Thank you.
Oh, has he left
Mark
the
Selby,
gap?
8.
Well, it's not going to matter, I suppose. The black's not on, obviously, so there's no value in that red. Yes, it's another conundrum here, Shaun. He's releasing the red that's stopping the black passing, so he needs cover. And he hasn't got it.
One.
He's collected 22 world ranking titles, Mark Selby, the first
8.
the 2008 Welsh Open. There, he was on the brink of defeat against Ronnie O'Sullivan.
9.
But won the last few frames to get the job done. And ever since, he's been a simply wonderful fighter in this kind of situation.
Sixteen.
Yeah, it's gone wrong again. I think he's trying as best he can to convince himself that the red nearest the cue ball will pass. Yeah, it doesn't look like it on that picture. Well, here we go then. It's got to be off the left jaw as we see it. Yeah, well done.
17.
I was with you, Alan.
Yeah, you can never quite tell, can you, from side of the pocket, but maybe sort of suggested
22.
you never ever discount this guy.
Twenty-three. 31. $36. 37. $39. $40. $47.
Murphy in his chair must be prepared to get back to the table, but in his heart of hearts, he must think this frame has gone west.
$53. $54. $59. $60.
The scent of defeat does something to Mark Selby. He comes from a very hard school.
67.
A tough early life, both on and off the table. He will never give up.
Yeah, he's not just one of snooker's
68.
great champions, he's one of snooker's great optimists. And that's what you got to be. Done it many times in the past, and he'll do it again, maybe tonight.
75. $76. $81.
This frame is gone. Of course it has. He's 2 down with 3 to play, but well within his capabilities.
Thank you.
The worrying point for Shaun Murphy, the jester, so often has the last laugh. He is stubborn Selby. For Shaun Murphy, the bonus arena is a waiting room, waiting for Mark Selby to return, waiting to apply the finishing touch. But of course, there's no guarantee of that coming to pass.
Thank you. Frame 17. Mark Selby to break.
That's a taste of Selby's own unpalatable medicine.
Yeah, just past the 5-hour mark then. It's been a treat, hasn't it? Lots of quick frames, a few edgy ones, a few close ones, some big breaks. Had a lot this match, and there's still a lot to run. Mark's got... Well, I was thinking about the two-cushion glancer, but he's now playing the two-cushion rest in the back of the bunch. It's something else, isn't it, that these guys are playing in huge semi-finals and big matches like this. I kind of christened them this afternoon from the class of the late 90s. You know, about the class of 92, all those three fellas. These guys are not behind. Also Neil Robertson from that era. Brilliant to have played as kids in pro-ams, and then you get to play in huge arenas like this for huge prizes.
Desperately wanted cover. There is none there. Not even hampered queuing. Selby with a renewed spring in his step. Especially if this one goes in. Selby's long game has actually been superior to Murphy's today. His long pot success rate is 67% to Murphy's 42.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen.
We were saying things were tight. Total points in this match. Selby
Seven.
just edges in front.
Yeah, here's this shot. Alright, it's not the most difficult shot in the game, but it's that one that I think he is the best at, getting the cue ball out for that lone red. So good with the long bridge off the cushion.
$24.
I suppose if you were being choosy, he's about 4 or 5 inches short of absolute ideal position, but still fine.
$25.
And as we've seen many times before, as soon as his opponent gets one away from victory, he starts to play no-miss snooker. It's just the question of how long it's going to last.
$30. $31. $38.
Like their
39.
practice routine, those 4 reds in a line, 2 left now obviously. Such a skill to get nice and tight in behind the reds here. Let's see how tight he gets to them. Just glide past the underside of them. And nice and tight to it. Beautifully constructed this so far.
46.
We had a glimpse, didn't we, of the red on the outside of the bunch. I think it will squeeze past.
47. $54.
Just again worth reiterating, since Shaun Murphy reached one frame from victory, Mark Selby's
55.
cue ball has not missed a beat. It's perfection, this last frame and a half.
$62.
The fact he's taking another look at this red tells us it is extremely tight. Borderline, that.
$63.
And tantalisingly, that red in question is going to be frame ball. Wasn't sure whether there was a path to the pocket, but there certainly is to middle.
70. $71. $78.
Yeah, every chance then there's not going to be a century, but it's just what the doctor ordered. 10 reds, 9 blacks, 1 blue, job done.
Mark Selby.
Should be anyway.
Well, if Selby loses this frame, his 78 break would be only 2 points off the record high break to lose a frame. Not going to mention who made that. I might lose a friend. No extravagance, even in total control. All business. As they say in pool, rack 'em up.
One.
Yeah, just on that point, actually, when your opponent reaches one from victory, I was suggesting Mark might loosen up a touch.
6.
He actually is quite unique, I think. He doesn't loosen up the way most players do, and they tend to take on the odd
7.
shot that they wouldn't normally. He doesn't kind of do that. He just sort of tightens up mentally as much as anything else, and trusts his own game to get back in the match in a conventional style, if you like. But either way,
30.
9-6 has become 9-8. Never felt like anything else today, did it, other than 10-8, 10-9.
Mark Selby, 13.
The spectre of
And
defeat gives Mark Selby sharp focus. Shaun Murphy hasn't potted a ball since he arrived one frame from victory. Well, it most certainly hasn't disappointed. One of these
Thank
two
you,
players,
frame
though, is going to
18.
be bitterly disappointed.
Shaun Murphy to break. Thank you. One.
Another crunching pot. Brown, you would have to think he's just a wee bit too close to the cushion to play the brown aggressively anyway, so back to the bulk cushion.
Mark Selby, 1.
We've seen some comebacks in the history of the Tour Championship. In the very first edition, Mark Selby lost 9-8 on the black to Neil Robertson, having led 6-2. What about the final last year? Neil Robertson prevailed 10-9 from 9-4 down against John Higgins. This is a mere bagatelle.
Yeah, so it's the third sort of glance at this red, but well, he's never been one to shirk the big shots. This is one right here and now. Good cue ball, to be fair. The fact that he played the deep screw shot, that was the principal importance of that particular shot. And that's not like Mark. Okay, the red in bulk might be covered, but the mid-distance red is on, and the black spots in the open. Can Shaun Murphy find one good, clean piece of cueing to set up the chance?
One.
In the quarterfinals, Murphy clinched his 10-8 win over Rob Milkins with a century that began with a simply wonderful red down the length of the side cushion. That was pretty good also. He would love a repeat here.
Eight.
Yeah, this red to right middle's almost as big as the initial one because he's guaranteed good position. And it goes.
9.
Following a pattern of majestic middle pocket potting from Murphy all day.
Twelve. Thirteen.
No good. You can tell from his reaction he wanted a fuller contact
20.
with the cannon.
Shaun Murphy 20.
Not bad, but he would have loved a little more pace on the cue ball to potentially take away the left side of those reds as a safety return option for Selby.
Well, he's got the perfect cue ball. Has he got cover on the right hand rail? I don't think so. So that's a possible escape for Shaun back to baulk, but not easy. Yeah, the double kiss shouldn't be on. It's just a bit missing the red on this end cushion. Brilliant shot. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I thought he was going to avoid it now. Has he left one that looks like it? But the quality of the initial safety shot by Mark has earned him a half chance.
One.
When you've got a reputation for coming back into
8.
matches from nowhere, for being a fighter,
Nine.
first of all, you start to believe your own publicity. You believe you can do it yourself. Equally importantly, the opposition goes back to all of the times they've seen or been on the receiving end of a Selby comeback in the past. Both lines of thought collide, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We're seeing that here.
16.
Alan and myself, I think the majority of the crowd expected Selby to come back, and that's exactly what he's doing.
17.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be an attribute you would want, or at least
20.
want to have to show all that often, winning from quite hopeless positions on occasion.
25.
But there's no question that he is the best in the business, the best there's ever been when his back's to the wall. So many times he's been able to prevail. And it's against fellow top players as well. Trailed in 2 World Championship finals, let's not forget, from something like 11-5 and 10-4 respectively, against Messrs Higgins and O'Sullivan. And he prevailed.
Alan's right. It's not only the length of the list of 5-backs from Selby, it's the quality of them and the quality of the opposition, the stature of the opposition.
$33. Sure.
With the advent of the town chalk, which has reduced kicks and big bounces drastically, we don't see the referees called into action all that much these days to clean the ball. It does occur, but the incidence has been reduced. But there, Selby didn't quite feel comfortable.
$40. $41.
Just overcooked it a fraction. Gonna go for the rest. So sort of shot this week we've seen it a few times where the black is actually pulled up. Not the fastest bedcloth in the world. You've got to give this just a wee bit extra to make the journey. Nicely played. And nicely on a red. I could be wrong in this,
48.
but I just don't recall him missing anything from 9-6 behind, anything in live play. The no-miss snooker is continuing, and he's only
$49.
5 or 6 shots away from our first decider in the Tour Championship this year. Yeah, just play a little holding cannon on the yellow. Send it out of harm's way.
$54. $55.
Yeah, not absolutely perfect on this, so he's got options here. Does he play the holdings, a soft screw shot, or does he hedge bets a wee bit and let the white wander above the blue line? He's going deep on it, so he's playing it the positive way. the holding shot.
And this is
62.
frame ball.
$63. $70. $71.
Yeah.
Yellow ball. $73. $74.
What about a century to force a
79.
19th and crucial deciding frame?
81. $84.
Undoubtedly his most attractive, effective spell of the match when it matters
88.
most.
Yes, he hasn't been at his brilliant best for most of this match. He's been very good. But if he's going to win this match, it was apparent from 9-6 behind
93.
in the form that Shaun Murphy's in. It was a case of only his very best will do. And boy, has the Iron Man cometh. In the last 40 minutes
99.
or so, this has been simply flawless.
Yes, Snooker's marathon man has gone the distance once more. Will he time his run to the line to perfection? It's 9-9.
A deciding frame to see who will go into tomorrow's final. Ken Doherty, we have been unable to call this one all day. What are you saying now?
Well, I mean, momentum is definitely with Mark Selby. You know, Shaun had a good chance in that last frame, couldn't convert, but Selby has been, you know, sensational, this comeback. You know, it's been absolutely fantastic, and I think it's deserving of a final frame decider. The way both players have played, and like in all deciders, Jill, you just want one chance.
Okay, let's get to the final frame.
Thanks, Jill. 8 deciders in the past between these two. Selby has prevailed 5 times, Murphy 3.
Thank you. Best of order, please. The deciding frame. Mark Selby to break.
Not the kind of red that's recommended to leave for Shaun Murphy, but in these circumstances, anything's missable, even by a premier potter from distance like him.
Yeah, he's left the red and the black is on to right corner. Does he have a path to it? He's having a look. I think he likes it, you know. Wonder if he goes 3 cushions, side, side, end, and on the black. Yeah. Needs a big bounce.
1.
He's on it in a fashion, but yeah, it's not the sort of shot you want to play in a decider, you wouldn't have thought.
Mark Selby 1.
In every single stat department, highest break, total points scored, pod success, long pod success, rest pod success and safety success, Selby leads. But only one thing matters, getting to 10. It's been a wonderful atmosphere here today. Great crowd, and they've been well rewarded with a great match. Let's not overdo this. Not exaggerating to say it's been a classic.
I feel certain that neither player will want a decider that ends up a spread. Red's up table, cue ball on this end cushion. You don't mind it in the flow of a match, the very odd occasion, but not in the decider. He's looking at the pot. Yeah, he only has eyes for the pot. Will no miss snooker continue? This is a tough one. Not this time. And he's left the chance.
The patient grinder Out of
Thank
character.
you.
Yes, I think a consequence, the shot he played because he didn't want a spread in the decider, so he thought, right, okay, let's grasp the metal when I can, but first chance then to Shaun.
One. Green ball. Four. Five.
Yeah, you've got to think here he's going to be sorely tempted to attack the bunch. Unless there's a plant on, he's not going to get a better chance, you wouldn't think. It's all systems go for the bunch then. That plant's obviously not on, playing the yellow. But he's gone too deep again. Is the plant on? Well, and I suppose, did he play for it?
Seven.
I wouldn't have thought so, because if he was going to play for it, he'd just have played one cushion. Does he risk it?
Nine.
Begging for the red to...
Nine.
Begging for the red to go, but it's hanging by the jaws. Wow, what a unusual occurrence. That would have been 3 reds in one shot.
No one. Close the door. That's on the precipice.
Yeah, boy,
Ping
that
ball.
would have been something, wouldn't it? 3 reds in one shot. It's the pink then. Lots of pressure on it. Great pot. Under any circumstances, that's a great pot.
I'll reiterate what I said earlier.
15.
His middle pocket potting today has been top draw.
$16.
Out there, the tension only a deciding frame finish can create.
said earlier in this match that one thing Shaun has never done in his illustrious
90.
career is shy away from the big shot, the money shot. He's played 2 or 3 already in this decider and found the middle of the target every time.
20.
When he won the Players' Championship in Wolverhampton recently, every match he was in command, advancing comfortably. Here, nerves are raw. But Alan, top of anyone's wish list in a situation like this, general confidence in your own ability, and Murphy's got that in abundance.
$24.
Using all his experience in this situation, it's an easy chance in normal circumstances. But
31.
like his way these days, he's just taking an extra few seconds on every shot, just to be sure, not complicating it in any way.
$37.
3 reds in the open are all he's going to need.
38. $45. $46.
Murphy and Ronnie O'Sullivan aren't bosom buddies, but the magician is on the
52.
verge of doing the Rocket a favour, keeping him at world number 1.
53.
It looks as though the great comeback from Mark Selby has amounted to nothing. He's been thwarted.
Just shows you the bubble that these guys put themselves in out there. Shaun's got the match in the grasp of his hands. It's pretty much all over, but the method is all important. Back off, reset, get back in that bubble. And on with the job. He's
59.
not quite there yet, granted. 58 in front.
He would breathe a lot easier if one more red could find the target.
Yeah, that's the shot. Push the black as close as you can to a cushion. He's used that tactic a few times today, and he's used it wisely. And in the end, it looks like he's just about going to be the stronger of the two. But boy, has it been a mammoth tussle.
Selby needs 2 snookers. But remember, he traded in his white flag many moons ago. Don't write him off just yet. Write him off just yet. Don't write him off just yet.
The jester from Leicester, Mark Selby.
Nesta Páscoa aproveite. Bacalhau da marca Continente, desde 10,79 € o quilo.
Red, this is why now he knew what he might be in for.
affects Mark Selby in this situation is, even when he doesn't snooker you, there are traps farther down the line that you've got to be aware of.
Still required. I think he's been thwarted. It looks as though
Important.
Selby needs 2 snookers.
No end of potential heartache and problems down the road, so he's going to be ultra careful what he's doing here. And that'll do nicely. Good shot. Not exactly as played, but he knows the dangers are there.
One revolution of the red from wrapping it up.
One. Eight. Nine.
Clinging on.
16.
Selby 42 behind, 35 on the table. 2 snookers still required.
Mark Selby 16.
Yeah, no problem hitting it, but he wants to at least attempt to keep the cue ball in behind pink and black, but of course you don't want to flirt with the foul, hitting the pink first, so yeah, that's what he's thinking. See, he's got it full ball, no problem, but he wants to try and play an aggressive safety shot of his own, but no, he's got to hedge a bit and just push the red into open play. That's fine. What you've got to understand when you play against Mark Selby in this situation is, even when he doesn't snooker you, there are traps farther down the line that you've got to be aware of. Yeah, this time there's no danger of the foul, so try and nestle in behind pink or black.
For the player in front in these kind of situations, there's a little demon on the shoulder that keeps saying, if you lose this, you'll never forgive yourself. Murphy's very experienced. He can tell that demon to go away, but it will keep coming back until the job is done.
No, a sensational pot to finish what has been a fabulous match. Two great players, two great pals, two great champions, but only one of them
4.
is going to be in the Tour Championship final, and it's Shaun Murphy.
6.
Yes, the hopes of Mark Selby returning to the world #1 spot for the 9th time
9.
have been dashed. His hopes of ending that ITV title hoodoo, they've been dashed. He'll have to wait to put that to rights.
13.
But the wonderful 2023 of Shaun Murphy continues.
13.
It was a right battle, wasn't
Sean
it?
Murphy.
Both contributed,
Good luck, Mark.
but in the
Well played.
end, Shaun
All the
Murphy
best tomorrow.
comes through. His dream of completing the Players' Championship and Tour Championship double remains very much alive. Down to Rob in the arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we talk to the loser of that match,